The next topic is your multiple multiple correlation, right? So multiple correlation is what? When you have, here is a concept of dependent and independent variable. First of all, you have to understand this thing, dependent and independent variable, right? So you must have some knowledge about your dependent variable and independent variable. Only when you can apply the multiple correlation, that is the first condition. Now independent variable can be represented by the x and dependent variable is represented by the y only. You cannot change this, right? IDV is represented by the y, your x, and dependent variable is represented by the y. Now in the multiple correlation, we always have one dependent variable, one DV, and multiple IDVs, right? So what I can say, we have one y and versus n number of x. So x1, x2, x3 you can take, right? So this is the analysis. You have one y, that means one dependent variable, and 2, 3, 4, 5 depends on your study, number of IDVs could be there, right? Now what is the regression equation? This is the basically depends on this is all about your regression equation, right? To understand the multiple correlation, you must have knowledge about the regression. So let me delete this one. Now what is the regression equation? Y equals to alpha plus beta x, right? This is the equation when you have only one independent variable. But if I increase this one, so what I can do, b1 plus x1 plus b2 x2 plus b3 x3 and so on, right? So this is your multiple equation, multiple regression equation, right? Now so in this multiple correlation, there are some steps to apply the multiple correlation. The first step is you have to save the predicted value of y, predicted value of y, right? This thing is separate. Okay, so first step is to save the predicted value of y in the SPSS, right? Then the next step is to calculate, then we calculate correlation between actual y and predicted y, right? This head will come, not the, okay. So then we calculate the correlation between y and predicted y, right? And the value which you will get, this is your capital R, and this is what, this is nothing, this is your coefficient of determination, sorry, coefficient of multiple correlation, because here I am calculating the multiple correlation. So this is the coefficient of multiple correlation, right? This thing can be show your multiple correlation. So what is the first step? Save the predicted value of y. Y means your dependent variable, and then we calculate the correlation between actual y and predicted y. So let's see in the SPSS window. Let me remove this. Okay, the SPSS. Now I will apply this thing on a different file. So let me close previous one, income and consumption, and close anxiety. Right. So the next file you can open for this analysis, I think regression is there. Let me see. No, it's not. So here we have only two variable, or data lifestyle. Okay. We can open the demand file. Yeah, this one we can apply. So in this file, you can see we have one y. In the variable view, you can see what is y, what is x1, what is x2, x3, x4, and x5. In the labels, you can see y is what demand of jewelry, right? So demand is always your depends upon different factors. And what are those independent variables? First is price of gold, interest rate, inflation rate, stock market price, and silver price. So these are 5 independent variables and 1 dependent variable. All right. I just want to know the multiple, just want to calculate the multiple correlation. Right. So for multiple correlation, first of all, we apply the simple linear regression. Right. So for the simple linear regression, again go to analyze, regression, and linear. This step. Regression and then linear. Click on this linear option, and in this it is asking for dependent. So my dependent is demand, right? And all others are all 5 variables are independent variable. So I will select all those variables and for independence, right? Now if you remember the step, so the first point was in the step is to save the predicted value of y. My y is demand, so I have to save the predicted value of y. So go to save, and there is an option of predicted values, right? Right. In the predicted values, we always take unstandardized value. We always take unstandardized, because in data is standardized, this is your z score, right? So we always take unstandardized. Continue, right? Because we are applying regression here just to get the this value, predicted value. That's it. We are not applying here a regression, but to get the predicted values of y, we need to apply. Click on OK. In the output box, you will get regression analysis, but right now I am not focusing on the regression. So again, I will go to my data file, this file, and in this file you can see in the data view there is a new variable has been added. This one, right? In the data view, the new variable has been added. This is what, this is your predicted y, right? This is my predicted y. What is your predicted y? First of all, let's understand this one. This is your actual y. These are your actual y's, right? And these are my predicted y's. What is the difference? Before calculating anything, generally businessman or company owners or as an individual, we always predict the future. We always predict the future, or we can say forecast the values. So it was forecasted that demand for this first year 1960, right, will be 28.02. Let me remove these things. Yeah, right. So it was predicted that for the 1960 the demand will be 28.02, but what is demand in the actual? It is just 28, right? For the 1961 it was predicted that demand will be 31.37, but in the actual we got only 30. Same in the case of 62, the actual is 30 and the predicted is 30.52. So we always see that the difference in actual and expected, right? We always see, because we always expect something and we get something different. So this is the basically difference, and this difference is called error in the regression. We will discuss it later. Or error, we can say the residuals, right? This is called your residuals or error. Well, let's remove all these things now. So here we have calculated predicted y. This is my predicted y, and this is my actual. Now second step was to calculate the correlation between actual y and predicted y. Go to bivariate correlation, this bivariate, and this time I will check the correlation between my actual y demand and my predicted y, right? By using the Pearson. Actual y and predicted y. Click on OK, and in the correlation output window, you will find the correlation is 0.982, right? So this is what the value you have is 0.982. This is the my multiple correlation. Here you can say this is your multiple correlation, because you have calculated the unstandardized value of with the help of all the values, all the independent variables. Then we got the unstandardized value, and with the help of unstandardized, we calculate the correlation between unstandardized and actual demand. So we got 98%, 98.2%, right? And if you make a square of this value, this is what? This is your R, capital R, as I told you, right? This is my capital R. And if I make a whole square of this value, I got R square and 0.982. If you make a whole square of this, whatever the value you will got, this will be your coefficient of determination. This will be your coefficient of determination. In the R square, in the regression, you will see the R square value or adjusted R square, R, right? So these are the values which we calculate in regression. So in the case of this multiple correlation, my R is 0.98. R square is, if you calculate, let's make a whole square of this value. Let me do it on my mobile. Okay, it's 0.982 multiplied by 0.982. Okay, so the value is 0.96. 0.96, right? This is what? This is my coefficient of determination, or you can say the R square. Let's see in the calculation. In this one, yeah. So in the regression, because a regression has been calculated, so in this model summary, this is my regression analysis, right? In this model summary, you can see my R square is 96 point something, 0.96, sorry, right? R is what? 0.98, right? So this could be your multiple correlation, right? You can separately calculate this one, or you can present with the help of regression also. It depends on you. Separate multiple correlation, you have to, you need unstandardized predicted value also. That then you can get this 0.982. But in this regression analysis, you can directly get, right? So there are two ways to calculate the multiple correlation.